Welcome to Frost for the final map of this best of three, spawning in the northeast position as the teal Protoss player from Team Mouse Sports. It is Deer, the recent acquiree of Mouse, up against this yellow Protoss in the southwest, the Chinese player. It is Invictus Gaming's Macsed. Macsed showed a really great game number one, playing out that, I guess you could say, macro-y type game. Was able to secure a sizable early game lead against Deer with how fast the Nexus came in and some of the throwaway units, but, you know, to each their own. And then on the last map, we saw him, well, be a bit aggressive and not make it work. So, we'll see what happens. As both players still getting their gateways at 13 supply, so nothing too interesting just yet. But I don't know what else to really bring up. I'm going to take a quick look actually at the brackets for this tournament, see where some of the fan favorite players have been ending up. So some of the players that were in this tournament, as the gas gets acquired for both players at around the same time. Some of the players we've had compete. Maru, someone a lot of people I know want to watch, but he got knocked out of the losers bracket. So the players remaining in the winners bracket, I guess. Let's talk about that. Byung, Dark, and CJ Entis Hero. Important to keep in consideration that CJ Entis Hero will play the winner of this game, so there'll be another PvP. I don't know if that's what I'll be casting here, but there's potential for that. In the losers bracket, Jim, Maru, Ender, Lamborghini, Pig, and Soxry. And some of the other lower bracket matches still have to be played. These two probes will go to scout, and they're gonna meet each other. Can you meet me halfway? Yep, there he sees him. He's like, oh, okay, I see your scout. I'm just gonna head immediately to the southwest, and he will find him. So that's kind of cool. Macsed heads northeast. Yeah, I think he realized as well with the turnaround of his probe. But still nothing weird. Twilight Council versus Stargate. Deer's been opening up Stargate basically every game so far in this PvP. So I think Blink is a great choice. You can go DTs, but it's hard to make it work when you know there is detection available. So it takes a special kind of Protoss to not scout. That type of thing. But Stargate will be done soon. This probe's actually tucked in here. I think it's waiting to see if there's an expansion taken. It actually is going to be Dark Shrine. If he scouts this is going to be absolutely terrible for Macsed. But Macsed's willing to. He's got a coin. He's going to toss it, and that probe might have just seen everything. And by that I mean that probe just saw everything. So he's going to have an Oracle. And the build time for the Dark Shrine is actually so long. I think the first Oracle tries to harass, and then he just builds the second one back home. And then he can just defend with that. So no problem at all. And a question from the chat. Are these guys playing on the Korean server? Yeah. So there's no delay or anything. No delay at all for these gentlemen. This Zealot actually finds the Dark Shrine. The Dark Shrylon. And Max said he might have to cut his losses. This Robo facility played so blind that he's taking some like weird risks. Now the Oracle is here. Won't do anything. But can the DT do anything? Oh, he needs to warp it in now. That pylon's gonna die. Oh, no, Max says not supply blocked. That is unfortunate. So not able to use the DTs at all. He has to build it at home, which is arguably the last thing that you want to do. He does have the Oracle there. He can use the Envision or whatever, but at the very least, he would cause the energy to be used. And an interesting mirror to the first game is that Deer has his Nexus done as the Nexus begins for Macsed. Whereas, you know, I mean, obviously it was the reverse position in the first map, and Macsed won quite handily. Put an overcharge is expended to deal with that threat, that Oracle. The DT runs up, and Oracle uses that energy and says, yeah, you're not really going anywhere. Tries to force field it in, no luck. So the Dark Templar does escape. And let's, where is he going here? Robotics Bay versus Blink Immortal. I think Macsed is going for a more rounded composition. And Deer is just playing on that heavy tech play. Yeah, there's the Forge as well. Forge is always makes sense. Observer will go out to scout for Macsed. Is there an observer on the map for... No, not just yet. No, Deer, actually, Deer does have one. He's looking for, I guess, in case of Dark Templar drop. But now we can see Colossi come on the field. Doesn't have quite enough money for Colossi yet. And Max says he's sitting on these 3 gateways. Max has played this game incredibly blindly. Like, incredibly blindly. The only thing he knows about anything that Deer is doing is that, that expansion. Whereas Deer has seen everything. Deer knows about the robotics facility timing. He knows, okay, this is when you got this is when you got that. He's moving up to 6 gateways. And it's still just 3 for Macsed. So the production for Deer getting leveled up a bit more quickly. He's got that Colossus, second one on the way. And Deer might try to go for another 2 Colossus attack, which I would really like to see, but no, actually he's going to get a 3rd base before he does anything else. Which makes sense. And Thermal Lance is also on the way. Phoenix will try to go out and scout. Check out this Phoenix. Sees everything. Full read. Everything is bared. He didn't even pay the extra fee to watch all this. That was just disgusting. And he knows there's a Colossus on the map, but he doesn't know quite how many. Or at least, like, I think he saw that started producing again. But this 3rd base is going to be a huge problem. Like, if you're in PvP and you scout a 3rd base this late, you have 2 choices. You can play a little bit behind and start your own 3rd base, or you can just go for an all-out attack. The army, though, is incredibly small. I guess it's small for both players. I don't know if you can just push versus this. So he's probably gonna take his own 3rd. Yeah, he's taking the forward 3rd base, which is also interesting. This DT just trying to be a nuisance as much as it can. So 3 Colossi on the map. Yeah, what are the big tech units at? There is 1 Immortal for Macsed, despite having fewer Colossi. Yeah, everything else is actually pretty even. Deer's kind of had this slight supply lead all game long, mostly based on the way the build openers panned out. But I don't think it's over. I think this game has actually gone on long enough that it doesn't really matter anymore. That early phase, it's gonna come down to control and army composition, decision making. It looks like Deer wants to be the aggressor now with that 3rd base. This Oracle is actually, there's such little anti-air. This Oracle just came in and killed the sentries. It's actually crazy. It's really funny and sad at the same time. He's building a fleet beacon. So we're going to actually see Tempest from Deer. War Prism is done as well. Does feel weird, though. Tempest, huh? How about that? Tempest in PvP. They're not bad versus Colossi. I recall seeing Deer win with these prior, but... Oh, wow, the time warps. He's just going to take this fight immediately. This Immortal is doing work for Macsed. Deer, though, he's got the Archons coming in from the north. The shields go away pretty damn fast. These DT... What? Macsed Dark Templars. Oh, my goodness. I feel like I'm watching Hasawabs. Oh, my God. He didn't have an observe... What the... What? Oh, that is... Wow. 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 Oh, my... Wow. No observer. Oh my God. Well, Deer's not dead yet, but he has a very small army. Whatever, man. DTs are getting dropped. Zealots pick off. So Macsed has his own defensive Dark Templars as well. So Deer's like just dropping Zealots isn't going to do much because there's units here. This is really, really tough. Deer is, however, getting Tempest. Deer's getting Tempest, which is good. I think Tempests are great versus Colossi. You don't need that many to start one-shotting them. And I'm going to be honest, he needs a serious advantage in some other way to win this. He's managed to recover. I think the reason that Deer's not out of this game, and just to be completely blunt and straightforward, full disclosure, it's because Deer had the economic lead early on. He gave up his lead with that fight, but DT's still traipsing around, preventing proxy pylons as well. So nice. There is this War Prism. He's not doing anything with it yet. Macsed looks like he wants to move out, which, you know, of course means it's a good time to drop the War Prism. Oh, lifts up. As you're gonna get... Oh, wow, he drops the Zealot to tank so that the War Prism can escape. Such play. Many micro. That was cool. All jokes aside, that was actually pretty cool. But the Tempest count is now at 3. So about 160-ish damage, maybe 150. Take out the armor per shot. This is very powerful, but he needs to focus them on the Colossi. This army's really spread out for both players. And it looks like he's the Colossi for Deer getting hit by these Zealots and the Archons. There's just a lot. There's just so much army. But Deer's actually taking the army supply lead. The Tempests have done their job versus some of the Colossi. There's still a lot more Colossi on the map. And I feel like Deer, there's not enough anti-air to actually kill off these Tempests. He might still get the Colossus, which is easily the most important part of all of this. The Zealot, Stalker Force, push to the right side. And Deer comes out on top. Big win that fight, thanks to the Tempest. Actually, you know what? I'll be more specific. Thanks to the lack of anti-air, Macsed still trying to make this fight work. I don't know why I thought Macsed was in such a good spot. Tempests are just so freaking good versus Colossi. Like, Jesus, it's crazy. And he wants to come up and fight. He's like, "Sup, son?" The Colossi all fall down. The anti-air is looking a bit better, but there's too much here from Deer. That first fight went so well, and Deer's fourth base. The fourth base economy allowed him to take those losses and not really care. It didn't really matter how much he lost because of that fourth base. Wow, okay, it's really, I just feel like I'm like eating my own shoe right now, but I really thought that this would not be that bad for Macsed, despite there being Tempest because of the earlier fight that he took, but damn, it was pretty bad. Zealot drop in, not going to do too much in that third base, but Deer is just going to continue to roll forward. Your Colossi are invalid. I have Tempests. And here comes the big Zealot Warpins. That area of effect damage is not there. There's no Archons for Macsed, and Deer is just going to blow everything to smithereens. GG. Macsed gets knocked down to the loser's bracket, and you know what? Really, really freaking good play from Deer. That was great. GG.